Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing my first ever Q&A video. This is to actually celebrate me reaching 400 subscribers or over, because I currently have 433 subscribers. Thank you so much first off guys to anyone and everyone that watches my videos, is subscribed to my channel, likes, comments, all that lovely great stuff, interacts with me. It really means so much to me. Yes, I know I keep on going on and on about it, and I know that you may be thinking it's more of a cliche thing for me to actually say, but to me, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. It really means so much to me, guys. It really does. I didn't think that anyone would watch my videos. I only started this channel because I wanted to have some sort of outlet to do apart from reading, obviously, and maybe doing the occasional gardening session. And I just wanted to have some sort of outlet. I didn't know if it would. I didn't know what would happen with my channel. I don't know where it would ultimately go or evolve, because it's still evolving right now. And I didn't know if anyone would even care. It was more for me, and I just want to say that if you are watching this video, and even if you aren't subscribed to my channel, even if you just come across this video of this random attractive white guy from the UK talking nonsense for God knows how long, thank you so much. It really means so much to me that you have given me a chance. And even if you don't subscribe, thank you so much. But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. And this is just a thank you special subscriber video from me to you, saying thank you so much. A while ago, I uploaded an announcement video for a Q&A session that I plan to do to actually celebrate me reaching 400 subscribers or over. As I am doing this, for every 100 subscribers I actually get, I do a special subscriber special video, which this is, as I've said. And I said in the announcement video, which I will link down below if you want to watch that. This is kind of like a follow-up on that video. I asked everyone to send me either a question or questions that they want to ask me, not just about my channel or about books. It was wide open. They could ask me anything that they wanted. And I got a bunch of responses about this, about 2.5 pages of questions. I was shocked because I thought I was only going to get about 1 or 2 questions, and I was going to have to think about a different type of video right at the last minute, but I have enough material for a video to actually work with. I was really shocked that I didn't get any stupid or ridiculous questions. I was thinking that one person was going to ask me, but I don't know if I don't know how I feel about that, but yay for humanity, I suppose. But I'm just going to go through these questions. I will have a link. I will have a links down below to everyone that has asked me these questions, and I will also have them up on screen in case you want to have a look at them. These are going to be in an order. So the first one's going to be from the first person who commented on that video, and the last one is the person who most recently commented on that video, if that made sense. So the first question comes from Ali from Book Binge. She hasn't asked me a question. She's just said nothing specific, but I'd like to know about your family. I live with my family in the same house. I'm a family-oriented type of guy. I live with my dad and my nan and my brother. I used to live with my with my granddad, but he's deceased, and which is fine. It happened many years ago, so I'm fine about it now. They are my mum's adopted parents. My nan lives with us still, and yeah. Not really much else to say about my nan. My dad used to work at a factory, but he's retired now, and he spends a lot of his time looking after my mum, which I'll say in a minute, and looking after the dog. My mum has loads of medical conditions, and nothing to do with corona, so no worries there. But she does spend a lot of time in a care home where she resides, but she has been allowed back to the house to spend weekend trips, which she's here now, so that's great. Even though she doesn't, even though she can't communicate that well, she's still my mum, and I still love her to bits. I live with my brother. My brother lives with us now, my younger brother, who is a janitor at a gym or a cleaner. And if he's not working, he's either out or he's in his room, and I hardly see him apart from when we have dinner together as a family. But yeah, and I also have a pet dog, Staffy, called Jake. Biggest baby ever. Staffies are supposed to be really aggressive dogs, or supposed to be, but trust me, Staffies are the biggest babies ever. Next, I have a question from Fit to be Read, and he asks me, what is the strangest book you have read? I am going to go with The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, as it's very unusual, as it has loads of these fairy tales or side plots, if you want to be specific, and the storyline, which isn't really linear, it kind of jumps around a lot, and it's really weird. Like, has an owl king and has all these people wearing masks, and this strange underground library or place or harbour which has all these books in it. It's kind of like Alice in Wonderland, and I'm like, this is really, really weird and strange, and I didn't know how to react to it, so that's what I'm going to say. Next we have is Licknor, and she asks me, what was the last book, if any, that scared the poop out of you? If not a book, then how about a movie? The book that I'm going to say is Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. It's not the whole thing, but it's just a scene where the dinosaurs are eating the humans, and more specifically, the scene with Dennis. In the movie, he got off lightly, guys. He really did. In the book, it goes into graphic detail about how this dinosaur ate and killed Dennis. And in the book, you can actually you can actually feel all the individual teeth of the dinosaur chomping on the skull and limbs of Dennis. It's really horrific. It really is. And when I was reading it in the park up in London, when I got up to that section, I was so focused on it, and I thought I felt a pressure on my shoulder, this shoulder, and I thought that some guy had put his hand on my shoulder. And I was about to say, dude, you better put your hand, you better take your hand off me, basically. And I looked over, and there was a squirrel, and I jumped up and went, ah! I was really freaking scared. It came up right it was like pretty much there. It was like really scared me. It really was. And yeah. But the movie as well is Poltergeist. And I do mean the original movie, although the remake is scary, but that's because it is a rubbish movie. But the original Poltergeist movie is scary, more specifically that scene with that clown doll underneath the bed, and the whole concept of the house being built on the Indian burial grounds. I don't think I've ever watched the whole movie all the way through. I need to get to that. But whenever I watched it, because I did try to watch it repeatedly, I never really watched the whole thing. Next we have a bunch of questions from Ariel from Reading and Whatnot, and she asks me, what is the best book you have ever read, or you've read? And that's easy. The Stand by Stephen King. This book is amazing. My favourite book that I've ever read. Even though it's as thick as a brick, I still wanted it to be longer. This is the uncut version. I do have two versions of the uncut version, because this is one that my brother got me for Christmas. And this is a copy that one of my friends from work wanted to get rid of, and he asks me if he wanted me to have it, and I thought, okay, I'll take it. And I have read the cut version, which is a lot shorter than the uncut version. But I prefer the uncut version. Next, she asks me, how many snacks do you eat a night? That depends on if I've had a big dinner, then I will just have a bowl of cut up fruit like apples and grapes, or if not grapes, then some bananas, some banana pieces in there as well, and a milky drink. But usually I have that and some chocolate, which I break up and I ration, and also a small pile of crisps or crackers, which I also ration as well, because I don't want to overeat this stuff. Next, she asks me, how many books do you own physically and ebooks? I was going to count these, but I didn't want to get depressed and down thinking about this, how many books I've got. Too much, if that's even a thing on BookTube. But I would guess I have about 170 to 200 physical books, hardback and paperback. And also on my Kindle, probably about 150 books on my Kindle. Next, can you lick your nose? No. Favourite colour? I haven't had a favourite colour since I've been in primary school as 36-year-old guy. I mean, do you think I think about what my favourite colour is often? But I am going to say the colours I thought of when I was at primary school, and they were red and green. I have no idea why I put these two colours together, but I'm going to say that. And the next question is, can you fly? No. Next we have a questions from Emmy, and he asks me, what is your occupation? I am a customer assistant at a cinema. Because of my contract, I can't say that the exact branch that I work with, or the company that I work with, because it's going to be going against my contract, and I will get a spanking from my boss if I do so. And so, but I work at a cinema in the UK, which I have been doing for several years now. And yeah, I mean, it's okay. You get the odd person that comes in with a chip on their shoulder, and they come up to you and they want to fight or argument about all this pointless stuff. And but I mean, on the most part, all the customers are really nice. They treat you like a human being, which is nice. But yeah, it really depends on the customers. The customers make the day either a good day or a bad day. And he also asks me, what is my favourite foods? I'm not really sure. I mean, whatever's going, I suppose. Pizza is cool, so I'm going to say pizza. Next, he asks me, do you like to cook? I haven't cooked since I was at uni. I suppose I still can cook right now, but if and when I do cook, I am only going to do it because I need to do it, because I need to eat to survive, or that I'm hungry. I'm not going to do it thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to be like the next chef, and I'm going to get like really passionate about it. I'm put all these spices in it, thinking all that, and I'm going to get really, really excited about cooking. That's not going to be me. And I suppose I will probably enjoy it, but I won't be wetting myself over it. And then the last question, which I think is a joke, but I'm going to address it anyway, and that is, what is the maximum airspeed velocity of a wild North African turnip if thrown up into the air at a 90-degree angle? I don't know, dude. Next we have a question from Cinematic Addict, and he asks me, have you ever read and watched The Handmaid's Tale? I think I know what this book is, but I don't know what genre it is. If you've read it or watched the movie, let me know if they're any good or not. But no, I haven't read the novel or watched the movie, but I think I might have watched a scene at the end of a movie, which I think might have actually been that movie, but I'm not sure. It had like these two girls and has this strange bell that had in a sexual scene. I'm not sure. Yeah, I have seen a lot of weird stuff on the screen in the cinema, especially when 50 Shades of Grey was showing. You haven't lived until you've actually seen like a woman being bent over a guy guy's lap being spanked on the big screen. It's like, what the hell have I just watched? I mean, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I would just watch that scene thinking, what the hell have I just walked into? Next, we have a question from Jeremy Fee, and he asks me, what is your favourite parts of Smallville? Which, Smallville's up here. I'm a fan of it. Fun fact as well, guys, I got into Smallville because it was a project I had at uni where I had where we'd been given two random people. Me had to find the connection between the two, and I had Clark Kent and J.K. Rowling. And I don't know how I came across the first season of Smallville. I think I might have bought it in a shop near my uni, and I watched it. I don't know why I was drawn to it, but I watched it. And yeah, I liked it, and I watched the whole series. I suppose the best part about it, or my favourite part about it, is the relationship between Lex and Clark. As they don't start off as enemies or people that don't like each other, but they tolerate each other's company. They start off as friends. I like their dynamic in their friend relationships, even though Lex seems to be going more to the dark side. And it also gives me the impression that he's constantly trying to take away Lana Lang, I'm pretty sure that's what her name is, away from Clark. But I like their relationship. And the second question, which is kind of like a part two to that question, is what do I think of the Brainiac storyline? I thought it was okay. It went on for a bit too long, but I liked it. But the actor that played Brainiac, which I don't know about I've never read any of the graphic novels or comics, even though I'm wearing a Superman shirt. So I'm not familiar about the character. I know he's a kind of like a complete opposite of Clark Kent and Superman. But the actor that plays him, who is called James Masters, hopefully I've said his surname right, plays Spike in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And because I watched that series first, I was constantly thinking about him. Oh yeah, he's Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And he is a good actor in both of them series, Smallville and Buffy. But I think that no matter what I see him in, whether it's TV series or movies, I'm going to think of him as Spike. He's always going to be Spike from Buffy to me. Next, we have a question from Lilly Levy, and she asks me, can you give an opinion about a popular book to TV series? I have chosen The Witcher, which is a Netflix series. I watched that series on Netflix, and I really enjoyed it. And I read the Last Wish, which I think I read at the beginning of this year. I liked how the book, how the book portrays Geralt and Dandelion and so well. And when I was reading it, I was thinking about the actors from that TV series. So yeah, I really liked it, and I can't wait to read the other books and also watch the second season of The Witcher whenever that comes out. Next, we have a question from an Aerialised Adventure, and they actually ask me, what is your favourite movie or TV series? I am going to say that my favourite movie is Sunset Boulevard. Everyone's always shocked whenever they find out about this. It's a black and white movie, and it's about a struggling writer from Hollywood who is in debt, and he is trying to stay afloat and keep his head above water, and he stumbles across a mansion that is occupied by this old silent movie star, and who is trapped in that own bubble, and she thinks that everyone still loves her and she's a massive star, and when in reality the whole world and of her movies and the world in general outside of her mansion has moved on, but she thinks that everyone still loves her and she's just constantly reliving her glory days. It is so incredible, that movie. I really love that movie, especially Gloria Swanson, who plays Norma Desmond. I love her so much. She is so great in that movie. And TV series, I would probably say the whole of Star Trek, movies and TV series as a whole. I really love Star Trek. No matter what mood I'm in, I can always choose the series, and chances are I will find something I will like. Next, we have a question from B Reading, and she asks me, do I have any companion animals? Weird way to put it. Or do I have any pets, rather? Yes, I did show Jake in this video. Love him to bits. I do need to get a new frame for this picture, but it's just one I have, or one I was given. And next she asks me, what is one interesting fact about you that your viewers do not yet know? I'm not sure, but I suppose that people think that I'm funny, even though I don't intend to be funny, either at work or videos. If you've seen my videos and I've made you laugh, that hasn't been my intention, or intention rather. But yeah, I suppose if I made you laugh, then that's great. But I don't intend to be funny. It's just how I portray myself, I suppose. Next, we have a question from Eleanor Nickvatter. She is Scottish, so hopefully I've said her surname right. It's a goal of mine for 2021, because I barely speak English, so Scottish is completely out of the window. Anyway, she asks me, what is your favourite book to film or TV adaptation? I'm going to say the original Pet Sematary movie. The remake completely missed the whole point of the book, which was death and loss, and it kind of shied away from it. But the original movie is so good. Comparing it to the book, they didn't really change that much. The book and the movie are pretty much the same thing. The book does have one or two side characters that aren't in the book, and also some side plots or some backstories that aren't in the movie, but they didn't really have to be. But it is a really, really faithful adaptation, so I would definitely recommend that you watch the original, not the remake. Next, we have a question from Michael K. Vaughan, and he asks me, what was the most life-changing book you ever read? That is going to go to White Rage by Carol Anderson. That is a non-fiction book about racism. And the imagery in that book is so shocking. It is so disgraceful about what we do to each other purely because on what we look like. Like, even though we our skin is maybe like a different shade, then we react to people in different ways, or we presume people to be different based on their background or what shade this stuff is. There is a part of the book which really sticks with me, and for all the wrong reasons, but it always pops into my mind. There is a part of this book where a woman is running away from a mob, and she's caught and she's hung by a tree, and she is set on fire, and she's heavily pregnant. And they cut out her baby with a knife, rip it out of her, throw it on the floor, and stamp on its head with their boots. And they do this purely because of her race. The reason why this actually happened is because the father of that unborn baby stood up to his slave master, and that probably pissed him off in some way. And yeah, it really is unreal about what we do to each other in this planet of ours. It really is. But yeah, it was shocking, but it was a really educational book. Next, we have a question from Jess the Book Freak, and she asks me, what do you like to do in your free time besides reading? I suppose that depends on the weather, because I like doing a lot of gardening. But it depends on the weather, because as I live in the UK, our weather over here is rubbish. But if it's not raining or cold, I like to go in the garden and do some weeding or trimming of a bush and try and make the garden look nice. Because there's only me doing it, I can only do so much. And I suppose I like going up to walks in parks up in London. But again, that depends on the weather, I suppose. Next, I have a question from Bagel House Books, and they ask me, do you ever look back at how your tastes in reading evolved, and are surprised at how much / little has changed? And Kayla Lenzen also wants me to answer this question. When I started reading in 2017, I was only reading Stephen King. That was the only one I'd done. But then I was thinking, right, I want to read more authors and books from other people besides Stephen King. Even though I wasn't getting bored of the author, I wanted to expand my horizons. So even then, I was reading different authors. But when I was on BookTube, I was exposed to authors and books I didn't know about. I didn't know about Brandon Sanderson. When I went into a bookstore, I actually referred to him as Brian Sanderson. Then how I didn't get in trouble with that in the bookshop or got made fun of. I'm sure someone will do that down in the comments. I didn't know about Joe Abercrombie, Grady Hendrix. I didn't know about The Name of the Winds or The Lies of Locke Kimura. So it's the whole community that has brought all these books to my attention. And even though I'm reading different authors and books, the genres that they fall under isn't really anything new to me. They are either horror, science fiction, and fantasy. But I'm always up to reading different things, and I'm always up to reading new and different novels. Next, I have a question questions rather, from Spread Bookjoy, and she asks me, I love to know what else you like to do with your free time. But do I have any hobbies? And I did actually say this, and I did actually answer this already with Jess's question, where I like gardening and going for walks. I don't really have any hobbies. I'm not really much of a sports person, really. But yeah, I do like wandering around the shops and watching Netflix. So yeah, I suppose that answers that question. But no, I really don't have any hobbies apart from gardening and going for walks. Next, she asks me, do you have any unusual skills or bits of knowledge? No, not really. I don't really have. I mean, if I do, then it's so minor that I can't think of it. So I'm gonna say no. I'm a very basic guy. Next, she asks me, if you could meet any fictional character, who would it be? I suppose Logan Ninefingers from the First Law trilogy, as I'm going through it now, and the second book is portraying him as being a kind of a leader figure, and it's really fierce warrior. So I would like to meet him and perhaps have a drink with him in the nearest inn or tavern. So that'd be really cool. And probably Geralt from The Witcher. That would be really cool to actually meet him as well. And the final question that she asks me, is if you could visit any fictional setting, where would you go? I would probably go to Middle-earth, and also Arrakis, which is the planet called Dune. I would probably go to Middle-earth or Arrakis. Even though Arrakis is a desert planet, I would really love it. It really would be really cool to ride on this massive sandworm. That would be amazing and awesome. It really would. Next, we have a question. I can't say this person's name, so I'm just going to put their question on the screen as I've been doing. Apologies. Junico, apologies, I cannot say your name, so please actually forgive me for that. They ask me how many years you have. I'm not sure what they mean by this. If they mean how old I am 36. And if they if they're asking me how old is my channel, it is over a year old right now. I started at the end of March, so I would probably say 1 year and 1 month my old is my channel. And they ask me this twice, I'm not sure why. Next, they ask me, what is your favorite anime? I've been watching Full Metal Alchemist, so I'm really liking that, even though I'm only up to the fourth episode. I like load of Studio Ghibli movies. I like the My Name is the I mean My Name is the Yamadas. I always come back to that one. And this is the one I mean, guys, if you didn't hear me correctly. I love this one so much. It's not really a movie. It's more or less like a sitcom with this Japanese family. And even though the animation and the art style of the characters isn't amazing, I always come back to this one. This is something I can like watch if I don't want to watch anything heavy, like Spirited Away. I have got all of the Studio Ghibli movies, but I do like all of them. But I wouldn't say that this is my favourite one out of them. But this is the one I keep on going back to. And the last question that they ask me is, what is your favourite meme? I'm not really big into memes. It's not really a thing that I follow. So I'm gonna say that I really don't have a favourite meme. Next, we have a question from Felicia Summers. She asks me, "What was your favourite childhood book?" When I was a small boy, I didn't really read at all. I did read a Goosebumps book called about a summer camp with a werewolf. I'm not sure what it was called. If I remember, I will put a picture up here. I did actually read the fourth Harry Potter book, The Goblet of Fire, when I was small. But when I was a small boy, I never really did much reading, as I found it hard and difficult to find something that kept my attention. But a book that I read recently, I think it was last year, was based on a movie that I used to love, and I still love, and that was the BFG by Roald Dahl. That book was so good. It really is. It's more of a it isn't really a child's book. It really does have really goring violence, specifically with the giants eating the small children and leaving all their bloody crunched up bones everywhere. But it really is cool, especially the character of the BFG. He is such a lovable and friendly, well, because he's, it's the clues in the title, but he really is a lovable character. He really is. Next, Chris Reviews asks me, what are your favourite movies and TV shows? I've already said that Sunset Boulevard is my favourite movie of all time, but my favourite movie that I've watched since I've been working at the cinema is, or a cinema, is Mad Max Fury Road. I love that movie so much. I cannot remember how many times I watched it in the cinema, probably about 3 or 4 times, and I have it on Blu-ray, the black and white version and the coloured version. I love it so much. It's all these practical effects and these stunts, and you can see you can tell that it's not CGI. You can tell that it's like really done with minor CGI, and it was just so good. The characters in it were good. The stunts in it were good. Basically, the movie was perfect in every way. And the TV show, I've already said Star Trek, so I'm going to say Doctor Who. Whole of Doctor Who, the new and old stuff. Although I was telling Ariel from Reading and Whatnot, who is a massive Doctor Who fan, or a Whovian, or whatever we're referred to as now. Sometimes I want to watch the CGI new Doctor Who, but sometimes you want to see like a guy in a crappy suit stumbling around a cardboard set. So it depends on what mood I'm in for when I'm watching Doctor Who. Favourite Doctor is probably David Tennant, so I hope that answers your question. And lastly, Addict Diaries asks me a bunch of questions, and they are, what do you do for a living? I did say that I work at a cinema in retail. what age did you get into reading? I got into reading in 2017 after I watched the Dark Tower movie. And after that, I was incredibly confused. I was thinking, why are people getting upset about this movie? And I'm thinking, it's okay. Compared to the remake of Pet Sematary, Dark Tower is a masterpiece. But I was thinking, right, this is so quick. I'm really confused, but I'm intrigued. It hooked me. So I went out and bought the Gunslinger book, the first book in the Dark Tower series. Nothing in that book happened in the movie, but I enjoyed the book, and that's the book that started me off reading. When it comes to how old I was, I do not know how old I was in in 2017. So maybe about 32 or something. Yeah, I don't know. Next, she asks me, do you have hobbies besides reading? I answered this several times, which is gardening and maybe going for walks, but again, it depends on the weather. And lastly, she asks me, do you come from a reading family or no? My parents don't read. My brother does read. He does have Stephen King books in his room. He does have Lord of the Rings. But he's more focused on YA novels and children's literature like Goosebumps and all that type of stuff. So that's what he gravitates towards. And my nan does read at night before she goes to bed. But it's more period romance type of things. So that's it, guys. That is the Q&A video. Hopefully you found some enjoyment out of this. Sorry if it's been a bit long, but yeah, hey, what can you do? Hopefully you've enjoyed this. All these channels will be linked down below, so in case you want to check out these specific channels, I will have links down below that will take you right to their pages. Thank you so much to everyone that's commented on my announcement video and asked me these questions. And thank you so much from me to you for watching this video. Whether you are subscribed to my channel or not, it doesn't matter in the slightest. All that matters to me is that you are watching this video and giving me a chance. If you have enjoyed this video, as always, please give it a like, comment down below, and if you are new and you like what you see in this video for some unknown reason, unknown to me, please subscribe to my channel. And if you do subscribe, please click on that bell so it will remind you whenever I upload videos, which are every Monday and Friday. And I will also have a link down below to my Goodreads account in case you want to follow me on Goodreads and see what I'm currently reading, or message me or whatever. And with all that out of the way, have a great day, read some awesome books, and I will see you all in my next video.